Before Lamelo even entered the NBA, he signed a massive deal with Puma worth $100 million. Despite his early success, Lamelo's rise to the top didn't come without adversity and hardship. Many people doubted Lamelo would even make it to the NBA, but there was always one person that believed in him: his father, LeVar Ball.
I told him all this. Somebody got to be the best player in the world. Why not you?
In this video, we're gonna take a look at how Lamelo earns his millions and how he spends it. Lamelo was born on August 22nd, 2001 in Anaheim, California, to Tina and LeVar Ball. They were both college basketball players.
Let me see you jump high with one hand. There you go.
LeVar started training Lamelo as soon as he could walk by the age of 3, and he started playing basketball alongside his older brothers, LiAngelo and Lonzo. In the 7th grade, Lamelo's already playing in the 17 and under AAU team, so there's no surprise that Lamelo has been playing against older competition all his life. During his freshman year, he played with his two brothers at Chino Hill High School. He started as the point guard and even scored 27 points as a starter, and helping lead the school to a 35-0 record, claiming the national championship. Lamelo showed potential as he led his team in the sophomore year without his older brother Lonzo. He made national headlines for making a half-court shot with 2 seconds into the game. Talk about having confidence. Lamelo was not lacking any of that. Even NBA superstar Steph Curry took notice. He was asked about it, and this is what he had to say.
I was wondering if you saw the high school player that pulled up from half court, Lamelo Ball. Did you see that highlight?
I did. That was some confidence right there. The fact that he made it. I wonder if he's done it before and missed it. And that was usually it's the highlight-driven, generation. So.
On February 4th, 2017, he suffered his first high school loss to Oak Hill Academy, which broke a 60-game win streak for his team. The next game, Lamelo came out like a man on a mission. He dropped 92 points, second most single point in a game in California school history. Talk about being in the zone. He was even featured in an AAU game against 5-star recruit Zion Williamson. Despite losing, Lamelo held his own against Zion, scoring 31 to Zion's 28 points. Before the junior season started, Lamelo was taken off the team because LeVar had a disagreement with the head coach. LeVar decided to take Melo and Jello overseas to Lithuania, where they would become pros. At the age of 16, Lamelo began to play with grown men, and this is where he was struggling because of the lack of minutes. He couldn't score like he wanted to, and his ability was not quite there yet. This is where Lamelo said he grew up the most. He had to learn and grow up very quickly. Ball became the youngest player ever to have a signature shoe at the age of 16 with the big baller brand, the MB1. People started criticizing Lamelo's game because he was struggling in the pro league in Lithuania. He had his own basketball shoe, which they found that could have been a distraction. They were saying it was too much too soon for Lamelo. Because of the brand deal, Lamelo became ineligible for college basketball. For his senior year, Lamelo wanted to go back stateside, so he joined Spire Institute, an academy, a prep school in Geneva, Ohio. During this time, Lamelo grew into his frame. He was now 6'7", and he was looking like he was a mature basketball player. After Lamelo's senior year, because he wasn't eligible to play college basketball, he traveled overseas to play in the NBL, the National Basketball League over in Australia, and he signed a 2-year contract with the Illawarra Hawks. This is where Lamelo began to put everything together. He was showing all facets of his game, scoring 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.8 assists, which gave him Rookie of the Year honor. He started to prove his doubters wrong. After the NBL season, Lamelo decided to enter the NBA draft in the 2020 season. Lamelo worked hard leading up to the NBA draft, and the scouts took notice as he moved himself up to the top prospect. Lamelo was picked number 3 overall in the 2020 NBA draft by the Charlotte Hornets, which is owned by the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Nothing was guaranteed as Lamelo started off from the bench for the first 20 games of the season as he was figuring everything out. He was averaging about 15 minutes in those 20 games, but as the season progressed, so did Lamelo. As he continued to gain confidence and got better, his minutes increased. On January 9th, Lamelo had the game of his life. He put together a triple-double of 22 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, being the youngest player at the time to get a triple-double. He carried that momentum in the months to come, winning himself an Eastern Conference Player of the Month for rookies, and then the next month averaging 26 and 6, and also winning Rookie of the Month. Lamelo was finding his groove, but unfortunately, near the end of the season, he hurt his wrist, and he was out for the rest of the season. But it didn't matter, he still got himself the Rookie of the Year award. He proved all the doubters and haters wrong. Just some kid from Chino Hills, now making it in the league as the Rookie of the Year. He carried that momentum into the next season, and he took his game to a new level, adding a better jump shot, playmaking ability, and dynamic play. He was able to average 26.7 rebounds and 7.6 assists, carrying the Hornets franchise. Despite not making the playoffs, the Hornets are hoping Lamelo can bring them back to glory. The future is bright for Lamelo. His high-paced, infectious play makes the Hornets fun to watch. Michael Jordan and the Charlotte Hornets are going to rely on Lamelo for a long time. Now let's take a look at how much Lamelo makes along with his unique lifestyle. NBA salary. Lamelo signed for 4 years, $35.5 million, which averages about $8.9 million a season. After this upcoming season, Lamelo is gonna be eligible for a 5-year, $200 million extension during the summer of 2023, upwards of $243 million if he's able to get all NBA for the 2020 and 2023 season. That would come out to an insane $48.5 million a season over the next 5 years. Needless to say, there's a huge incentive for Lamelo to turn up next season. Endorsements. Before even getting drafted, Lamelo inked a massive deal with Puma worth over $100 million. Talk about securing the bag, baby.
What made you decide to partner with Puma?
Pretty much it fit me, the whole culture thing, you know, one-of-one, just pretty much being myself, and I just saw myself with Puma and saw that I could work with that.
The deal gives him access to Puma's private jet. He also gets his own signature shoe, the MB1, where he gets to be himself. He always preaches about being one of one. Because of Lamelo's appeal, his shoe has become one of the most popular shoes for the young generation. It's affordable pricing and nice aesthetic. There's no surprise that Puma basketball is on the rise. They've signed other NBA players such as Kyle Kuzma, RJ Barrett, and Michael Porter Jr. But they're hoping Lamelo can take their brand to the next level, just like Steph Curry did for Under Armour. Cars. With all the money that Lamelo is making at such a young age, he does own a quite impressive fleet of cars. He can be seen on Instagram flexing his custom cars. After purchasing a Lambo Yaris truck, Lamelo sent it over to get a custom makeover over $250K. He turned his truck yellow and it was a beauty. The Lambo Yaris is a V8 641 horsepower, top speed 190 miles, goes 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds. and it goes for a whopping $400,000. And on top of that, Lamelo added a custom job that costs over $250,000. Lamelo can be seen driving around in his beautiful red F8 Ferrari Tributo. This monster of a car has a V8 710 horsepower and goes 0 to 60 within 2.9 seconds with a max speed of 211 miles per hour. The Ferrari F8 is priced at a whopping $350,000. It certainly attracts a lot of attention. One of the new cars that joined Lamelo's fleet is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. He added a custom body and got it all blacked out with hints of red. This car is a beast, and it's a V12, 563 horsepower, accelerates 0 to 60 within 4.8 seconds. The Rolls-Royce sells for over $300,000, and with Lamelo's custom job, it goes for over $500,000. House. Lamelo owns multiple houses. He owns a house worth $10.1 million in Jacksonville, North Carolina. The house has a massive swimming pool, a helipad, fantastic view of the Atlantic Ocean, and it's next to a private beach. The house is a 11 bedroom, 18 bathroom. There's also an indoor swimming pool and an outdoor spa area. The house is right next to his boss, Michael Jordan. MJ wants to keep a close eye on Lamelo's activity while he's a Charlotte Hornet. Some would say this is excessive, but when you're making over 100 mil, your life is just different. Love life. The young star has been spotted with 32-year-old Instagram model Anna Montana, who attended the Charlotte Hornets games. Ball reportedly gifted Montana a number 2 and number 1 necklaces for her 32nd birthday. Although the two have not made their relationship official, it's safe to assume that Montana is LaMelo Ball's girlfriend. Charity. LaMelo's charity efforts began when he was playing for the Hawks in Australia. During the forest fires, he donated 1 month of his salary to the victims of the fire. He was making great money at the time, so it wasn't a small donation either. Talk about having a good heart. He donated 500 blankets to the Salvation Army in Charlotte.
Now, the Salvation Army here in Charlotte serving 650 homeless women and children every night. Thank you, Lamelo, for all of the blankets to keep the homeless warm. Team,
Thank you, Lamelo.
We appreciate you.
A scholarship for the Rock Nation School, which is owned by Jay-Z, for marketing major, sports management, and sports communication. Lamelo makes a lot of money, but low-key, he's a pretty charitable guy. Net worth. The moment you've been waiting for. Lamelo's net worth is reportedly over 100 million. Not bad for a 20-year-old. Lamelo has been improving every season, and he's on the cusp of superstardom. He's on his way to earn multiple max contracts, with the one coming up next season for over 200 million. As Lamelo continues to evolve and grow, we'll have to come back and make another video on Lamelo in the future. If you enjoyed this content, check out my video on Ja Morant and Luka Doncic.